So the last time that you saw me, I was preparing for my first weightlifting comp in over 2 years. That competition literally couldn't have gone any better for my first competition back, or my first in-person competition in such a long time. I went 6 for 6 and was only a few kilos off my best. I did a 76 kilo snatch and did an 100 kilo clean and jerk. So my best ever is 77 kilo snatch, and my best ever clean and jerk, clean front squat jerk, is 103. So I really wasn't far off, and having been able to do those weights in person in a competition, with nerves and with everything else that could have played into it, I was super, super happy. I'd also had the best preparation that I've ever had leading up to a competition. I'd felt so good leading up to it. I'd been doing PBs for weeks before then. I'd never felt so confident lifting weights as I had the weeks leading up to that competition. After the competition, I went into a ridiculously high volume phase where I was doing 4+6 on squats and loads of volumes on lifts, as well as a bunch of complexes on lifts that were super challenging and equally very heavy. It was basically trying to work on positional weaknesses as well as just increase my overall leg strength, because this is one of the things that holds me back the most when it comes to weightlifting. Now, here's the reason that I haven't vlogged. Here's the reason that I haven't shared this journey for the past few months, because of just where I've been mentally. So for those of you who followed me for a long time, you'll know that I have been struggling with a mild form of acne all over my face for just over a year now. I had been trying to heal it with diet and lifestyle and a very holistic approach, but literally nothing worked. I couldn't find anything that I changed that meant that my skin was consistently getting better. It just kept flaring up and kept getting worse, and it kept just having these up and down phases of basically getting worse. I lost all my confidence, and I couldn't imagine anyone wanting to watch a video whilst I looked the way that I looked. I couldn't imagine being sat in front of a camera talking to you guys having all of that on my face. It was also the first time in a long time, the first time since I really started training for weightlifting, that I'd trained so hard and was training so hard that I felt so physically drained, which also meant that I felt so emotionally drained, and I just felt all of my energy was just gone, just depleted. I had absolutely nothing left, and that isn't the side of me that I wanted to show you guys. I want to show you guys the part of me that is always super excited to train because I am, that's always super happy to train because I usually am. So let's fast forward until now, until a few weeks ago. I finally succumbed to antibiotics. This is something that I really didn't want to do, because I was convinced that I would be able to heal my skin holistically, and convinced that I would be able to find things that I could change in my lifestyle that would mean that I wouldn't have to go on antibiotics. But unfortunately that just didn't happen, and I just felt like it was time for me to be able to just move on and move past this and just have my confidence back. So I decided to go on an antibiotic for my skin, which the GP prescribed lymecycline, which I've been taking for just over a month now. The difference that it's made is absolutely tremendous. It's the inflammation that's gone down ridiculously well, and all of the blemishes that I did have are slowly starting to fade away. So I'm really pleased with how it's going. I've also had to stop my relationship with the coach that I had previously, someone that I started with just after I came back from my holiday in Lanzarote. I was with them for about 4 months, but I just couldn't keep going. If you guys do want me to make a full video about how to choose a coach, what to look out for, what I'm gonna look out for, and why that relationship didn't work out, just make sure that you subscribe to my channel, as well as give this video a big thumbs up, because it really supports me. And then I know that you guys like that kind of stuff. So where I've been is I've basically just been struggling with my appearance. I've basically just been struggling with the fact that my skin looks the way it does, and with the fact that I'd never gone into a training block that was so hard, and I pushed so hard and literally nothing came of it. My body just didn't respond well to anything that it was going through, and I was disappointed in myself, and I was disappointed in my performance, even though I really did try my best. But that was why I didn't want to share it with you guys, because I was just so embarrassed that all the hard work that I had been putting in and all the effort that I'd put in with my skin as well, nothing was happening, and it was just really, really draining and just really disappointing. But we are now back. And this is a positive video because whilst I have gone away and I've missed like a bunch of months and you guys missed like a bunch of months, now I'm really looking forward to getting back into training and vlogging and showing like what does work for me, and showing that whilst volume is important and putting in the work is important, like your mental health and your like mental well-being is more important than that. In order to be in this sport like for a long time, you really need to find what works for you, and this is what this channel is all about. It's about finding what works for me and hopefully inspiring you guys to do weightlifting, because like it really does make me happy and it really does fulfill me. So ready, like the readiest, that's not a word, but the readiest I've ever felt to make more weightlifting content, hopefully inspire you guys to start weightlifting and to continue on my weightlifting journey and bring you guys along with me and try and get to where I wanted to go, which was the Commonwealth Games in 2026, because that is still the aim and that's still what I'm going to work for and that's still what we're going to strive for. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up as well as subscribe to my channel. So I really do appreciate any of the support. I hope this video didn't bum you out. I just wanted to share where I was and what was happening. And if you guys do want me to share like a whole lymecycline video, I will of course do that once like I'm off the antibiotics and I've gone through the whole like shebang. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Yes. Like where you at. I like everything about it.